Hey everyone, now it's a time to explore what exactly is a subplots. We studied the same concept even in a Matplotlib as well. Subplots is a way to display multiple graphs in one single shot or in one single window in different rows and different columns. So it's easy for us to analyze, interpret everything in one single shot. So when comparing multiple charts side by side, we just go with the subplots. So it's very simple. Let's say we just go with a figure and then we just say axis is equal to. Let's say I want four graphs in two different rows and two different columns. So what I'll do, I'll just use plt.subplots. Okay, and you just need to mention how many rows, how many columns, two rows, two columns. Okay, and then you just need to specify the figure size. So I'll just use, directly you can specify fixed size. Fixed size is equal to, I'll just say like 4 comma 2. Oh, sorry. Uh, what's wrong? Sorry. So plt.subplots, number of rows is 2, number of columns is 2, and then it should be fixed size is equal to, I'll just see some 5 comma 2, and let's modify after plotting a graph. Okay, so what this will do, this will create a 4 plots for you. You can see it has created 4 plots. So I'll just use plt.tight underscore layout so that no overlapping of a graphs will happen. You can see the clear separation. You can clearly see, right? So I'll just say like 10 to 5. So you'll see the better alignment and better thing. See here. So what if you want 3 rows and 2 columns? You can change and accordingly you will get it. Okay, as of now, let's explore only with respect to 2 cross 2. So that is 2 rows and 2 columns. So basically we want a 4 graphs now, right? So I'll just make use of, I'll just use SNS dot, I'll just use like, histogram, that is a hist plot of. So I'll just pass data and I'll just say x is equal to, we'll just say quantity. And then I'll pass SNS dot hist plot. Histogram is done, we'll just use one box. Okay, so box plot of again data, comma, x is equal to, I'll just use quantity. Okay, great. Next, I'll be using SNS dot, not box plot. Next, we'll use a scatter plot. Okay, scatter plot of, I'll just pass data. I'll say x is equal to sales. And let's see y is equal to, so profit. Okay, then I'll just use SNS dot, I'll just use one more count plot. So SNS dot count plot of, let's pass our data and I'll just specify x is equal to capital. Okay, great. So we have given 4 different graphs for the 4 different subcategories, right? I mean, for 4 different plots that we are expecting. If I run, obviously, we are pretty much sure everything is overlapping because your code is not understanding like where exactly I have to fit it. So for that, what do people have to do? You just need to mention axis is equal to, sorry, yeah. So axis is equal to, for the first graph, it's going to be, you have to mention 0, comma 0. See? So basically, you should not use a list, you have to use a tuple. 0, comma 0 in the sense 4 graphs, right? So, first graphical representation, somewhere I did something, state. Where I made a state quantity and then it should be just a minute. Okay. So the way I'm taking access is actually wrong. That's the reason it is giving me an error. So always remember, whenever you give a 2 cross 2 grid, so in that case, so you have to specify a parameter and then you have to do it. So that's the one of the small mistake I'm just doing. Let me just show you. So always remember, so we are trying to plot graph here in our 2 different rows, right? So it's like a matrix format. So that means it should be 0, 0, 0, 1, it should be 1, 0, and it should be 1, 1. So how do you specify that axis? So that is super important. So you should be a little cautious about that in this case subplots. Okay, it should be x is equal to axis of, it should be 0, comma 0. Then you have to take the same code and you have to replicate for remaining as well. So then it's going to be 1, 0, 0, then it's going to be 0, 1. Next, it's going to be 1, 0. Yeah. Next, it's going to be, 1, 0, and then it should be 1, 1. Yes. See? So now let me try to plot. Again, it was throwing error because I used an extra comma here. Sorry. See, we got a beautiful graph now, which includes different graphs in one single shot. So that's an interesting thing about subplots. You should be a little cautious of giving access numbers. So if it's a 2 cross 2, you give 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. If it is a 2 cross 3, again same thing. Always remember, write a matrix and just write like the 0 1 2 0 1 2. It becomes, again it will start. So first graph 0 0, then 0 1 0 2, then 1 0 1 1 1 2, then 2 0 2 1 2 2. So like that, you just need to give the coordinates of a matrix so that you can plot the graph in different dimensions, like in different rows, different columns. You can just fix it. See, this is so interesting, right? And if you want to give a title, again same thing. You have to refer that axis, and then you have to use set title, and you have to give it. I'll just show. So people have to use just like axis of 0, 0 dot. You just need to use set title, and then you just need to mention like in histogram. I'll show for one. Same thing you people have to implement for remaining. See, you have to refer that particular graph index, that is a shape, and then you have to do it. Okay, it's like a graph index. For the first graph index is 0 0 0 1, then 1 0 1 1. This is how the subplot is going to work. I hope it's clear. Thank you. Happy learning. So this is all about actually the different things related to a seaborn. One important thing that you people have to remember is like when to pick which graph. This is super important. Always remember, histogram means one numerical. Count plot means like one categorical. Box plot means like one numerical or one categorical. Both you can try. And then you have a bar plot, one numerical, one categorical. Line requires one date and one numerical. Scatter requires two numerical variables. Okay, and then pair plot requires only numericals. Heat map requires only numerical. So this understanding is like super important. Histogram, one numerical. Count, one categorical. Box plot, one numerical or a combination of both. Bar requires one numerical and one categorical. Line requires date and one numerical. Scatter requires two numerical variables. Pair plot requires just numericals, and also heat map requires just numericals. Okay, you should have this knowledge. And one more important thing is you cannot plot a pie chart with respect to seaborn. It's not available. That's the only disadvantage you see with a seaborn. You people can use Matplotlib in order to plot a pie chart. I hope it's clear. Focus more on plotting graphs along with that, reading insights out of your graph. Like what are you understanding from each graph? So writing insights makes you better rather than plotting a graph. Okay, thank you. Happy learning.